Hello everybody. This week I'll do a quick playthrough of Pokemon Emerald using only a Pidgey. Gym leader Roxanne, and she is a rock type gym leader, and that's not good for us because we don't have any moves against her Pokemon, and her rock type moves, are super effective against us. I tried the fight a few times, but I have to grind till level 27 to have a shot at taking her on. With some luck and sand attacks, her rock type moves miss us quite a lot. Her last Pokemon is Nosepass, and it is quite strong for this point in time. He has a lot of defense and he hits pretty hard. We can manage to dodge most of his attacks with Sand Attack, and with a couple of lucky crits from Wing Attack, we take it down. Next up, I do the May optional fight, and it is pretty easy because we are way over leveled. Second gym fight is against Brawly, and he has a fighting type Pokemon, and since we are flying, all of his Pokemon are a one shot from Wing Attack. Very easy gym fight. Next up, I'll do the May fight on the bridge, May 2, I think it's called in speedrun. Usually it's hard, but since we are over leveled, it's very easy. Next up is the worst gym leader, Wallace. He has electric type Pokemon, which are super effective against us, and a Magneton, which resists all of our attacks and does a lot of damage. We can't rely on Sand Attack since they have a Shockwave, and that always hits. With some luck and a lot of grinding, I can take him out and move on to the next fight. It's Maxi, and he is trying to activate the volcano. He can be annoying with confusion, but since we are very over leveled, we can take him out very easily. Next up is Flannery, and she is surprisingly hard. Her first three Pokemon are not that bad, but the Torkoal has a lot of physical defense and can hurt for a lot of damage with overhit. We just live on 3 HP and finish the Torkoal off to gain another badge. Then it's our dad. He is a normal type gym leader. He is not a very hard fight. He can be annoying because he has counter and he can take you out easily. But I know that and use sand attack when he can attack, so there's no risk of counter. After a few turns and a few hyper potions, he goes down, and that's another badge for us. I forgot to record the May fight after the Weather Institute, but is very easy. The gym fight after that is Winona, and she is a flying type gym leader. She is easy except for the Skarmory, which resists all of our attacks and can be a problem because she heals him a lot of times with the potions, so he can do a lot of damage and take you out. I had to reset a couple of times, but after that I can finish her off. Again, quite low HP though. Next up is the last May fight near the market in Slayport. She is not very hard. Her starter is not fully evolved, unfortunately, and she goes down without any issues. After that, we have to fight Maxi again when he wakes up Groudon with the wrong orb, so Groudon goes mad. Once again, he can be annoying with the confusion, and his Crobat is quite a strong Pokemon, but we can finish him without having to reset this time. Next up is just the officer of the Aqua Team. He's easy. Just wanted to show him for completion. After him is the last tough gym fight. It's Ted and Liza. I had to overlevel quite a lot and use rare candies, but thankfully, with Secret Power and Steel Wing for her rock types, we can manage to take her out. I tried it at lower levels, but I couldn't do it, so I had to use the rare candies. Up next is the double fight with Steven. This fight is quite long. There are a lot of enemy Pokemons, six of them, and they are all pretty strong. Thankfully, Steven has a quite high level Pokemon who can do damage and help you take out the opposing Pokemons. This fight can be annoying for the confusions, as usual, with those enemies teams in Pokemon games, but this time goes down without a fight. Aggron finished the crop off with a thunder, and we are done. Up next is the fight with Archie. He is pretty much like Maxi, but easier since he does not have a Crobat as strong as him. And after a few hits, his last Pokemon Sharpedo goes down because he has paper defenses. And we can move on with the plot since he wakes up Kyogre, but again with the wrong orb. So Kyogre is also mad. And now the weather around the Hoenn region is a mess, since both Kyogre and Groudon have weather changing abilities. Steven tells us to go to Sotopolis to save everybody, and I do that. I go to the tower, get Rayquaza, he stops the legendaries. The last fight against the gym leader is against Juan. He is easy. He can be hard if you let the Kingdra set up with double team, and then it becomes super annoying to kill. This time it does not happen. The last and I think second fight against Wally is surprisingly hard because he has a Magneton, and once again, we can't really touch the Magneton, and he can do a lot of damage to us with Thunderbolt. Thankfully, he switches it in while I was attacking, so this time is quite easy. I had to reset just once. The last few Pokemon are all a one shot. Now the League. The League is a very big problem for PJ. He is weak to some of the Elite Four. First up is Sidney, and he, as you can see, is quite easy. Most of his Pokemon are one shot, and if not, they just waste time setting up. Next up is the Ghost type Elite Four, and I can't use Secret Power, so I have to use Wing Attack and Fly. Her first Dusclops can confuse you and curse you, so that's not very good. And the second Dusclops can freeze you with Ice Beam, and that happened a few times. I had to reset a few times for that. But after that, all of her other Pokemon are not that bad. We can take her out. Third Elite Four is Glacia. She has Ice type Pokemon, and that should be pretty bad for us since we are Flying type. But with Steel Wing for the Glalie and Secret Power for the Celio and Walreins, we can get through without having to reset too many times with a lucky crit on Walrein. Last Elite Four is Drake. He has Dragon type Pokemon and he is the worst one because Shelgon has Rock Tomb, which is quite damaging because it lowers our speed, and Salamence has Rock Slide that does a lot of damage. His other Pokemons are quite tanky, and so they can usually get one hit off on us. And thankfully, this time I can get through. And we are done with Elite Four. Last fight of the game is Wallace. He's the champion, and he has a Water type Pokemon. Thankfully, this time is not Steven, like in Ruby and Sapphire, because he has a Steel type Pokemon and Rock type, which would be much worse. This fight goes pretty badly a couple of times because they have Ice Beam and Toxic, and the Gyarados is very tanking with the Intimidate. After a few turns of Secret Power, Full Restore, Secret Power, Full Restore, the Gyarados goes down too with a crit, and that's the end of the game. It was quite hard. I had to reset a lot more times than I thought, and yeah, PJ is not a very good Pokemon. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all of that other YouTube stuff. And leave a comment if you have any ideas for any challenges in any video game, and I'll try to do them. See you next time.